So it's very difficult, but I like it. I mean, it's good to be able to go back and work in front of actual wrestling fans that boo the heels and cheer the baby faces.
Yeah, it's just different. It's just so different. And I wish that every wrestler, at least once in their career, gets to experience that because it is so special.
Yeah.
Plus, another great thing that I love to do that it's real weird, Taya, because you see that Impact has done it. You've even seen WWE do it, but you'll see like AEW won't do it. Is like the intergender wrestling, which if done right is super, super fun.
Yeah, I've been doing, and that's the other thing was like, as soon as I started wrestling in Mexico, I was doing intergender wrestling. So when I did come to the States and when I started on Lucha Underground and had like my first match was versus Brian Cage in season 2, and people make such a big deal about it. And I was like, people in Lucha Libre have been doing this forever and ever and ever, and it's not seen as domestic violence or like anything like that. Like it's an expression and it's two people fighting. And I'm happy that now that like it's being seen in other companies, and like Impact Wrestling has been really good about letting it kind of happen. And like I had a really good tag match, me and Michael Elgin versus Eddie Edwards and Tessa Blanchard that aired a few weeks ago, and like other things moving forward. So I think that it's time for, obviously there's never going to be something that everybody loves. Like there's always going to be someone that doesn't like something. But I feel like if done right and with the right people, that it is believable. And it's just another form of and a development in wrestling. So
yeah, I look at it because like I did this stuff with Tessa. To me, it's like when they asked me to do it, I was like, as a performer, it's like, wow, this is interesting. It's year 2019. Things have changed, everything, but like it's just cool. Like when you try to lay it out, it just makes you a better worker because you're taking a more logical path through the match. It's like the girl. You're not going to shoot Michael Elgin in and tackle, and he's going to take the bump. It's not like that's not going to happen.
You have to think about things and like make the puzzle work and put the pieces in the right order.
There's a war.
Right. And then you do it, and the crowd responds accordingly. It's like, wow, that's good work we just did.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So
controversy and making people think and talk about something. That's what this is about. This is about telling stories and like making people think. And so if the things that you're doing are making people talk, be it good or bad, like this is the business.
Well, the thing is too is like when I went there and it's like Eli Drake had like refused to wrestle against. He'd like refused to wrestle. Yeah, it's like Eli Drake like refused to wrestle against Tessa, and like he didn't want to do it because and I was like, I said on this podcast and kind of like a contrast. I said, well, Eli's not as good as he thinks he is because every tool that like if you're a professional wrestler, every situation they present you, you should take every tool that you have in your book and figure out how do I make this work and make it look logical.
And I mean, you're always going to have like some things that you're like, I don't know if I agree with that, or like you kind of have to think about it and go home and think or whatever. But if you're good at your job, then you're going to be able to figure it out.
Yeah, if you're confident in your job, you can figure it out. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Bro, and it's just kind of funny because it just makes you like a better all-around performer. I remember when Eddie was with Chyna, and he wasn't too happy because she was kind of like the guy and he was like the girl in the fucking thing, and I was like, bro, Eddie, you got to remember that and this is a shoot, like when bookers are looking at people, they're like, okay, we know this guy, we're going to have trouble getting him to do a job. So we probably don't even want to use him for this. But we know this guy, we can put him in as a babyface, as a heel, against a woman, against everybody. And we can put him in there and he's not going to give us a problem. And that guy, Eddie, is always going to be more valuable than the other guy, who doesn't want to do any jobs, or he doesn't want to work with women and just make chicken salad out of chicken shit. And he did. And he went in there and he just made that mind. That's when he came out with the I'm your papi and all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just think that when you're in there, like you said, Disco, when you're in there with a female or with an exotico or with a mini, you have to it makes you a more versatile wrestler because you're not just in this one box.
Right. And plus, too, we're not going to wrestling school, you're wrestling with the girls and the guys that wrestle each other all the time because that's all the students. So it's not like you haven't, it's not like we haven't actually done it. It's like we did it. Everybody did it in training. It's like you just haven't done it. And okay, now let's do it. Now let's go do it in front of people and tell the story. So. But I think the outrage is kind of funny when you hear about it. It's like come on. It's like everybody knows this. Just tell a logical story and make it all make sense, and then see what happens.
I feel like that's like it's people have a problem with that, but like they don't have a problem with like the things we wear and the things we say.
Yeah, it's like
I wear fur boots and earmuffs for no reason.
Right.
Like, I mean, that's okay, but like fighting, you know what I mean? Like, it's just professional wrestling is entertainment, and we're having fun. And guess what? You're all talking about it while I'm making money. So here we go. Like, do your job.